Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So for today's makeup look, I have this very classic sort of like silvery bronze eyeshadow makeup look with brown eyeliner and red lips. I think this makeup look is just so perfect for Valentine's Day, especially if you're planning to wear white or black. I think this makeup will also look good with red outfit. So without further ado, we're gonna dig right into the video. We're going to start off today with some primer. For that, I'm going to be using Pixie Glow Serum. This is the vitamin C serum. And then next, I'm going to be using One Size Primer, and this is called Secure the Blur. This is like a makeup magnet primer, which is something I'm using for the first time, and it feels really nice on the skin. It also blurs your skin out, which is perfect because it covers and takes care of all the pores, and at the same time it feels a little sticky, which tells me it's gonna stick the makeup on really nicely. Next, moving on to my foundation, I'm going to be using NARS Radiant Foundation. This is in the shade called Syracuse. This is actually one of the perfect color match to my skin. I tried this foundation a long time ago, almost 8 years ago, and I was in love with this. And I remember taking like a small sample amount from Sephora, but then last year I decided to actually go ahead and buy. So it took me almost 8 years to decide that I really need this, but this is one of my go-to foundation ever since I started my work. And then next, I'm going to be using my NARS Custard Concealer. This is one of my favorite concealer. I have actually used this concealer for the last many years now. Whenever I need a full coverage, a high-end concealer, I've always gone back to NARS, and because it blends so well and it also dries fast and gives a very full coverage. So you have to kind of work it fast, but the end result of this concealer is amazing. You can see I'm dabbing it into my skin because dabbing motion always helps to blend out the concealer and it doesn't leave any strokes behind. You also want to use a thick brush that has a lot of bristles, so that way the blending is a lot smoother and gives almost like a airbrush kind of flow. I actually had to wait there for the camera to refocus on my face, but as you can see, it gives off such a natural highlighting vibe on the face, and it brings so much nice glow, like a healthy glow. I'm actually a big fan of NARS now. NARS foundation and concealer has become one of my go-to foundation routine. Now I'm contouring my face with LA Girl Pro Concealer in shade Beautifully Bronze. Now, if you've noticed, this has become sort of my recent contouring tricks, but for the longest time I avoided doing cream contour, but in my recent videos I have been contouring my face with a cream contour for a proper sort of base, because I want it to not only look good in person but also look amazing in flash photography. So LA Girl Pro Concealer has been my recent favorite again. It sort of took me back in time because almost 7-8 years ago I religiously used to use LA Girl Pro Concealer for both highlighting and contour, and recently I sort of remembered it almost and came back to the same routine. And again, using the same brush, I'm going to dab the contour into my face, and as you can see, it's already giving a very beautiful flawless look. Now I'm going to set my under eyes and my highlighted areas with translucent powder. This is from the One Size brand. Now, one of my friends actually gave me this. This is called Ultimate Setting Powder. So one of my friend, Farzana, she actually gave me this primer, powder, and also the setting spray. So it comes in like a package, like from Sephora, like 3-in-1 package. So it was actually a gift, and I'm actually in love with it. So I'm probably gonna get the real size now. To just brighten up my under eyes, I'm now going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills contouring and highlighting palette, and I'm using the shade Banana. Now, as you can tell by my palette, that has been quite beaten up because I religiously use this on all my brides. For bronzing, I'm going to be using Revlon Skin Light bronzing. This has become my favorite bronzer. Honestly, you guys probably knew I used to use Hoola bronzer a lot, and recently I've been hooked onto the Revlon Skin Light. So it has a little bit of shimmer in the bronzer, and that is why it has become my favorite, because I sort of like the glowy look. For blush today, I'm using this blush by MAC Cosmetics. It is in the shade called Burnt Pepper. It is really beautiful. And make sure you sort of dab, smile, and go from your cheeks. I just wanted to make it look very romantic and very fresh and blushy kind of cheeks, so that's why I went from my the ample of my cheeks all the way back. And I applied that a little bit on the nose and a little bit under the chin, just to make it look a little more glowy and flowy. Next, I'm using this Amoureuse highlighter. This is Iced Out highlighter by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and applying that on the higher points of my face, like my cheekbones and my cupid's bow, bridge of my nose, and a little bit on the chin and forehead. But one thing I wasn't really too happy about, I realized it's a little too yellowy, and I wanted to stay away from the golden hue for this makeup look. So I'm going to actually use the other highlighter by Amoureuse, which is the previous one, the first one that she released, and it doesn't actually have a name, but it's the Amoureuse highlighter, the one in the black container and packaging. So I'm going to use that because it has more of the silver tone to it, but as you can see, I've applied a little too much highlighter. So I'm going to actually go ahead and use the same foundation brush and just blend it out so everything looks seemingly normal and nothing looks too flashy. I do like a glowy face, but I think that was just a little too much. So next I'm using the setting spray by One Size again, and it's called On Till Dawn. For eyeshadow routine, I'm going to go to my old but gold palette, which is the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and the transition colors that I'm using, it's called Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange. And I'm bringing it onto my under eyes as well. You can use a big fluffy brush for that because I want it to be more airbrushed, diffused look. Next, I'm using the color called Cypress Umber, which is kind of like a darker brown shade, and using that on my outer V and sort of bringing it on the outer lower portion of my eyes, like so. It sort of adds the look together. It doesn't look like I have a random color sitting on the top or top outer V of my eyes. So again, on the outer eyes and then on the lower part of my outer eyes as well. My mirror is actually on the side, so you see me looking on the side a lot. Next, I'm going to be using this color called Primavera, which is kind of like a shimmery, not too gold, I would say shimmery champagne color. When I applied it on my skin, it almost looks like a silvery champagne color. You don't see the gold as much, which is kind of nice. I like it because I didn't want to gold for this look. Next, I'm using this color called Real Gar, which is like an orange color, and I'm just sort of adding the outer corners and my lid color together and creating a very diagonal shade to sort of make it look like it's kind of like a transition color. So it acts like a transition color in between the lid color and the outer V. Once that is done, I'm going to be using my Inglot gel eyeliner, and this is in shade brown. I don't remember the number. I believe it is either number 96 or I think it is number 96, but I will write it down on the description below if you guys want to check it out. Just go on the description, it should be written there. Using an angular brush, I'm trying to create a winged eyeliner, and I'm going to be doing the same with my other eyes as well. Once it's done, I'm going to go ahead with the Cypress Umber color from the same palette, and I'm just going to smudge out that gel eyeliner. It's pretty much the same color, but I'm just going over it to mattify everything and kind of take out the edges and blend those edges out so it looks more diffused and soft. Now this makeup look is a very classic Valentine's Day look. I will come up with another very classic look, which is kind of like a bold eyeliner with red lips, which also I think looks amazing if you're going or planning out for a date night. I think this makeup look doesn't have to have a date night. You can just wear it even with your girlfriends going out, just chilling, you know, and even to parties where you're planning to wear red, black, or even white. For my mascara, I'm using Superfan by Smashbox Cosmetics. This has been hands down one of the most favorite mascara ever, because I wear this to work every day. What the best part about this mascara is it doesn't dry out your hair, your lashes, and it doesn't cause a lot of fallout of lashes. In fact, it actually grows your lashes. I don't know how, but I have seen a huge amount of growth. I believe it has some kind of oil in there which helps it grow, but it's one of my favorite now. I'm just taking that little bit of brown color and putting it on the outer portion of my lower eyes again. And that's it. Now for the brows, I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencil, and it is in the shade dark brown. I like a more defined brows for this makeup look. And here I'm just checking out the mirror to make sure everything looks nice and good. And I'm actually creating like a stroke, hair-like stroke on the inner portion of my eyes, and then creating a very more like a very clean there you go. More like a very clean defined edge on the outer parts of my brows. I like that arch to be a little dark, so that's why I always go in with a little bit more. And then using the spoolie on the other side of the Brow Wiz, I'm just going to blend out the inner corners, and as you can see, I'm darkening out the arch of my brows. And then again, going with my spoolie, I'm just blurring out the inner corners. And I'm sort of satisfied with how it looks. Now for the lashes, I'm using Kiss lashes. These are just the regular demi-wispy sort of lashes, and just applying that very close to my lash line. I went with a very natural looking lashes for this makeup look. I feel like when you're going out for date night or food or whatever, movies or in events nowadays, I like a little bit of natural lash. I think that kind of looks nice. Brings in the look together without making it look too dramatic. Loved how it turned out. Now I'm just gonna basically go and hide out all those white glue by using some brown eyeshadow. And that also helps to hide the band of that lash. Now for the final touches, I'm going to be using my beautiful red lipstick. I think this is one of my favorite red lipstick that I own. It's called Uncensored by Fenty Beauty. It's one of the most favorite. Just be careful, it's a little runny, so you don't want to like, you know, if you are not very confident using a runny lipstick, you can go ahead and use a lip liner. I was just very happy with the lipstick, and I know how to control it, so I went with it. I loved how the makeup actually turned out, and I went ahead and wore my outfit and jewelries, and this is how the end results look like. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. And also, please do subscribe to my channel, because I think it's time for some channel growth. And I, as promised, have been releasing video amazingly every week. So I'm kind of proud of myself, because I had to put myself on a schedule and say, hey, stop being lazy. It's time to make some videos. If you want me to change something about the video, like the lighting or anything, let me know, or the quality of the video. I will love to hear feedbacks from you guys. And also, if you happen to recreate this makeup look, don't forget to tag me on my Instagram at Makeup by Asmeria. I will be more than happy to share it with my fellow followers and friends. Thank you so much for watching once again. Don't forget to like, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel, and also share this video with your friends and family. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you next time on my next video with another banging look.